Thank you. Hello and welcome to session 46 of Dreamers of Kiriak. We left at a point last week when the cat cannot have cookies. I'm not entirely sure why. Probably because it's got butter in it. Although some people butter their cats to keep them quiet at night, so I don't know what to believe.
They can already fit wherever they want.
They do really like butter.
So
that's a druid strategy. What if I turn into a cat and you butter me up?
What would that do to help us? To help you?
You just slide me across the floor.
So that is an option for Asha if things go south.
We should just grease ourselves up. This is a strategy we have not yet explored.
Not in this campaign. I feel like it happens every other campaign. Like, you grease one person up maybe, but usually to set them on fire. So you guys were fighting a glowing purple crystal skeleton covered in bones and bodies and sort of black material and 6 gigantic eyeballs because he killed the first 6 eyeballs.
Before they were attached to the floor.
Yeah, and then he like slurped back into the guy. And he's been using those eyeballs to shoot rays at you guys.
Should kill more eyeballs.
And you all have...
Yes, I could reach.
It's actually gone moderately fine for you guys. I believe Salir made a comment at near the end. He was like, I just did more damage to him than he's done to me. After being targeted by like an orbital laser.
I think that's because 9's been taken off.
Yeah. The guy seems to have a particular desire to murder 9. And 9 is really good at not getting murdered by lasers that require saving throws.
Yeah, that's universal.
Yeah.
9 is really good at surviving everything. It's like his gimmick.
Well, yes, but now we've discovered that you're not nearly stronger.
When you take away the magical Nightman's magic, the magical Nightman is slightly less magic.
I'm just a Nightman. Unfortunately, strength has nothing to do with
You are the
me
fighter
not
of the day,
dying.
man. You do have the ability still to boost saving throws, which is not magic. You're just local man, literally too angry to die is the origin of that power.
Yeah.
So
that's also my bonus damage.
yes.
I'm so mad. You
wait,
die harder.
Was the saving throw magical or not? I can't remember.
So both the aura that gives me +4 damage and +4 to saves are not magical.
Okay. Because they don't say that they're magical.
Correct.
And some of them do.
Every other ability in the game states the word magical specifically for this reason.
And we ended at the end of the round, since the thing had a 2 for initiative and the rest of you didn't.
Yeah, it went and then we stopped.
Yes. And at this point, I need to ask, does anybody still have the little slugs in your ears?
I never removed mine.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So the 2 of you have them in your ears. Can either of the 2 of you understand other languages through any other feature? I mean, Ashit currently can use magic, because Ashit is under the ground.
I didn't know that meant I could use magic.
Yeah, I didn't explicitly say it.
You did not.
I'm...
I don't have any special features, but I know a bunch of languages.
Okay,
just from
if you already have the thing in your ear, it's not going to matter. That'll just let you do. Okay, so the Pimrin and the slug things are not magic, as it happens. They're just psychic. I'm sorry for murdering an animal, Jordan.
He just watched.
It was much safer when I was over here walking around.
Yeah, apparently.
Just flashbacks.
So a booming voice rings from the heavens, and Salir and Pimrin understand it. The other 2 of you don't. It says 9.
Oh, you were underground, right?
Well, yeah, but why would that make me not be able to hear it?
Oh, you can hear it, you just can't understand it.
I've got the thing in my ear.
Oh, you have the thing in here. Okay,
Yeah.
then you also hear it.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
You hear 9, and 9 hears.
I never got the thing.
No.
Minecraft enchantment table speech.
Yes.
Somebody's calling you now.
Good for that.
Oh, good.
Pimrin, it's your turn.
I assume it's just trying to say it wants me dead again.
Yeah.
Now, what I did not do is write down any kind of thing saying like who was within what range of the thing.
Right.
Or Pimrin was like in the air, I believe.
I was on the ground, but I was. 'Cause
Oh,
that
yes,
did
yes,
so
yes.
much, I was just like an extra 5 feet away from it, so 10 feet.
Okay,
away
so
from
just
it.
out of
You were
melee.
On
behind-
9 side.
I was behind 9 because
Solaire was behind it, and I got thrown away by telekinesis.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
in
I'm
front
not
of
in
10
his
feet.
aura any longer.
Okay.
but
He
him
got
is
pushed
still
away from everybody else. Ashit is pretty far away,
50
in a
100
badger burrow,
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, behind a tree.
Very well protected at the moment.
Yes. The only one of us who will live.
All right. So what does Pimrin do?
Uh,
I don't know.
I guess, I've not been having great luck with the gun. So I'm going to run in with a sickle I have,
Ooh,
and I'm going to slice it. I'm just going to aim for an eyeball.
bullets are too slow. It is time for
Yes.
sickle
It
hands.
is time for sickle hands. Indeed.
So many games work like that.
So that is an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, great. Here comes my great D4. Oh, it's a 4. Now here's a question.
Yes.
Does my psychic damage still apply?
Yes.
Is that magic?
Psychic stuff, unless it is a spell that you got from a magic feature that deals psychic damage. Like if you're a wizard and you just took a psychic spell,
Right.
that's going to be counted as magic. But if you're a scion, then your magic, it's just psionics.
Yeah, it also doesn't say magic in the features. So
Okay.
perfect. So that's actually an extra D4. Excellent. 1. So that is 7 damage.
All right.
1 psychic in there.
You slash through the rubbery black flesh skin of the mass. It parts for a moment and you see the glowing purple skeleton underneath before it knits itself back together.
Okay, interesting. Favored foe also does not appear to be magic. I think I had Hunter's
Okay.
Mark on it before, but that's fine. I'll switch over to favored foe instead because I can at least do that. So I'm actually gonna have an extra.
Favorite phone is just you hating.
I'm really
it.
sorry.
I just really hate it, yeah. But now I extra attack for an 18 again.
All right, that will hit.
Oh wait, I don't roll this one actually. That's 6, 8 damage total.
Nice. You shing shing. Your blows are landing.
Indeed. I guess I'm just gonna stand there. I'm just gonna. That's
Okay.
that's my turn.
Salir, it is your turn.
So what happens for him standing on the opposite side of this thing from me?
If you are on opposite sides, you're flanking, you get +1 to hit.
Okay. That's 19.
That will hit.
78. So it's 8 plus 5 is 13. Altogether.
Nice. You cut off one of its limbs. One of its many ropey limbs.
And 5.
That will hit.
And unfortunately, only 1.
Alright. The black flesh that has this like almost like shark skin appearance goes flying off and dissolves into goo in the middle of the air. It hits the ground and leaves a spreading pool that disintegrates, I suppose, the mirror-like finish of the ground, leaving regular sort of bumpy ground underneath. No grass because it all ran away.
Alright, that's going to be it. I'm going to stay right next to it.
Thank you. And at the end of your turn, the voice booms again from the sky. 8! 9, it's your turn.
Now Now, do you have a brother? Or sister? Some sibling named 8?
Probably.
Okay.
Wait a minute, what was his orphan's name?
Who named you?
I thought it was 10.
Was it your original parents or
Ten.
your?
I think it was to Anne.
Don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I
It wasn't 8 though.
No.
I run in and try hitting.
Okay, I can't remember if you're restrained at all by the ray. Let me.
I know it worked on me.
It is restrained by the ray's telekinetic grip until the start of the creature's next turn, or until the creature is incapacitated.
Ah, well.
So you will be held in the grip during your turn.
Does his start or end of the creature's turn?
And when I say creature, I mean the beholder.
Oh.
I just didn't want to call it a
Yes,
beholder because
that's
it's a beholder, but it's
Beholder asterisk.
yes. Until the start of the beholder's next turn.
I'm just very angry in its direction.
Are you doing a let me at him run in place?
No, I'm restrained.
All right.
But that's the only reason.
Do you do anything?
I can't.
All right. Oh shit! It's your turn.
It's probably a stupid question,
Okay.
but
I'll try to give an answer that's hopefully maybe a stupid answer.
I hope so. I have 2 spells that say that the area it affects does not have to be a place I can see.
Okay.
Can I use that if it's in range? I'm not sure how far.
Yes. I assume you have to know where the place is.
Presumably, like,
What
But it-
spell?
Like if you would have seen it and it's
Yeah.
within range, I assume you can cast it in that location.
how far am I? From
That is a
where
good
it
question. What's the range of the spell that you want to use?
One is 90 feet. One
Okay,
is
you're within 100 feet.
100 feet. Am I within 60 feet?
You can tell me. Would you want to be within 60 feet, or
Well, I mean,
would you have run further away?
that
I mean,
affected
actually,
me.
you were
This-
like 30 feet away, I think, because you like ran backward once and like burrowed under the ground. I think was that right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're like 30 feet away.
I couldn't have run far.
Right. You have wee little dwarf legs.
Then I want to cast Fairy Fire where I remember it being.
Okay.
One underground.
It fails.
My spell fails?
Yes.
You said I had magic.
Yeah, you could usually.
You can use it. Doesn't.
Not at the moment.
Cool. Does
If
use-
it had been another like situation, it absolutely would have worked.
Does it use the spell slot?
Yes.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm going to sit here and commune with the badgers for another minute.
You just started a fire underneath a sprinkler system. You successfully started the fire, I guess.
Fantastic. I'm
So-
useful.
According to sage advice, Divine Smite, despite using a spell slot, is not a spell and still works.
Excellent.
Which I think is stupid. But the specific wording is, it's a gray area, it's the DM's call, it doesn't violate any rules. So,
Having you burn the spell slot is just a means of keeping you from doing it.
You know,
Round after round after round after round.
yeah, they didn't have the, like, equal to proficiency bonus
If only
that they have to most abilities these days.
I'm gonna say the fairy fire works because
Okay.
you're not like shooting a ray of fairy fire at him, right? You're like creating the effect at a location.
Mhm.
If you had to have like shot a ray into it, it would have passed through the anti-magic field. But I'm gonna say you're in that it does affect him. Does he have to make a save against it, or is a dex save for fairy fire? Is that right?
usually Dex, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
If she casts it from outside and
Yes.
it hits outside, it'd work. If she
I think
casts
that's
it
what
right in
happened.
front of it, it wouldn't work, but then it would hit us.
I don't think it would hit you. I think it would just fizzle.
It's a 20-foot radius,
Does it
so
hit somebody here?
No, I'm going by her intentions. Like, where she chooses
Nice,
to
that
cast
radius
this
lights
probably
me
wouldn't
and you
envelop
badass.
us.
So-
I'm in a magic field. They do magic fields. Not me.
Okay.
Probably you, though.
Does it hit all creatures within the area of effect, or just the ones that you choose?
any creature.
Okay, so I think
So they
Solir is going to have to make a save against Fairy Fire.
Sorry, guys.
That was a dex save, you said?
Well, it's going to choose
I
to
also
succeed.
didn't know that 9 was there because he wasn't there yet when
That
I
is
left,
true.
So,
I'm not in front of it. He is.
Right.
oh.
9 got healed.
They're on
Um,
either side. I'm way the
yes.
fuck.
Are you
Oh, right,
within
you
the
did.
anti-magic field, or are you
I
standing
still
off to
am,
the
'cause
side?
Pimrin doesn't know what a beholder is.
Okay.
No one knows what a
He's-
wolf.
I'm up
So
and slicing-
Pimrin is going to be perfectly fine.
slicing away at it with my non-magic weapons.
It's a 20-foot cube, not a 20-foot radius.
Okay, 20-foot cube,
Yeah, whatever.
meaning 20 feet each
Yeah.
edge of the cube. So it's not going to touch. I mean, it
has
wouldn't
to
touch 9.
somebody.
Oh yeah, it's going to touch
I'm standing there
the
at
enemy.
sword's length.
I mean-
He's
It's
at
going to
sickle
touch
length.
Solir.
Yeah.
The
It's-
thing is very large, so
Yeah, Pimrin is in the anti-magic field, so it can't touch him.
cool.
It will touch the enemy. It will touch Solir.
Sorry.
So it's a dex save.
Yes,
Yeah.
it chose to succeed.
21.
That's the same
Good job.
versus glitter bomb.
You have to dodge each individual bit of glitter separately.
Walk through the rain without getting wet. Dodges glitter bomb.
Did he pass it?
He did not pass, but he used a legendary resistance on it.
I thought you said he wasn't using legendaries.
He's not using legendary actions, which means he's not taking additional turns every round to blast you guys with extra
It's
lasers.
like half as many lasers. That's really nice for us actually.
It's a
Do
good
I have
thing.
any way
Yeah.
of knowing whether it landed or not?
No, I mean it's not.
That is a really
long.
good question. It's not concentration, is it?
It is.
Okay, then you would know.
Okay.
You it's
You have to know.
It's
fairy
like you're
fire.
casting
it makes
out-
them glow.
it's like you're
Yeah.
casting
I
out
can't
a
Oh, yeah,
fishing
it's
line.
underground and-
You felt a nibble, you pulled it back, but there was nothing on the end.
Mm.
I mean, she can't see it. She just assumes that it succeeded because she cast the spell. So like,
But I can feel that I'm not concentrating on an active spell,
It-
so I
you
feel that
are. It
it's
still
not.
hits the area. It just doesn't hit the creatures. So like all the rocks and shit.
It says any creature in the area.
The field doesn't continue in effect, just the targets that were initially hit for Fairy Fire, if I'm remembering right, which means there would be nothing for it to concentrate on.
I feel like
The underground
that's a bad
worms,
precedent to
beetles,
set though, is that you can just cast spells and see if you hit something or not, even if you're blind. I don't
Yeah,
know.
unless I like,
Yeah.
hit a bird or something that was also in the area.
I mean, if it's a spell that doesn't require you to see the target,
It's
which
like
is
a-
very few of them,
Fairy Fire is our new mimic detector to see if any creatures.
I mean-
Whoosh.
that's just Firebolt. No, Firebolt hits objects too. Half
I
of the
guess that's
cantrips
a
that
lot.
don't attack.
There already is a mimic detector.
5e is really weird when it comes to that.
I don't know if Fairy Fire is specifically like that, so you can cast it on invisible targets. You're literally allowed to cast it on places that you
It's
can't
a-
see, because usually you need line of sight on a location, but it can still hit things that you can't see.
I'm pretty sure it's a classic Underdark spell for catching drow who are invisible to you. So maybe
Possibly.
it's like, yeah, we're the surface elves. We gotta level the playing field somehow. Yeah, if it had legendary actions, it would be firing 3 more rays every round. So
Legendary
it's not.
actions happen at the end of other people's turns and come back every round. So every turn that goes by, it would zap
So
us again
that-
until its turn.
Are you doing anything else, Asha?
No, I just need to know if I know whether it
You know that there's nothing for you to concentrate on. So you know it failed.
Is he gonna be able to do that every time?
What? Walk it?
Yes.
No, 3 times a combat.
You hear 7. Its turn.
More of your siblings, 9?
Just counting something down.
Is it gonna
Potentially.
explode?
Don, are you feeling any weaker?
Do we call you 7 now?
Did we call you seven?
It is going to keep its gaze focused directly on 9. However, 9 drops from its telekinetic grasp. It is then going to blast Pimrin with its first bolt.
I'm very proud of it.
And that was it. Why did I just roll a d20?
We have no idea.
Just to confirm the crit. Despite the 1d8 rules.
That was a death ray. I need you to make a DC 16 dex save, please.
I'm too far away to help.
That would be a 5.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna help you
I think
push
I'm
you
gonna-
out of the way, but
I think I have enough hit points to take this one.
Okay, why didn't I put these back right?
I mean, you can just die. You've done it before.
True.
Pim runs a horse now.
He gets dragged.
We're all horses now.
It was a drank ray.
Okay, let me just double check that I counted these right.
Fail
1,
your
2.
third death save, you just into a horse and go up.
Seems like an
That's
awful lot of
just
dice.
every campaign from now on, no matter the system. If you die, you become a horse.
It's not a ray at all. It just shoots a straw and just starts drinking.
You come back as a horse with God to say goodbye.
14,
It's not
18,
like it's
27,
I was
35,
chasing one all along.
44,
He realizes as he passes.
49,
I'm
50,
delicious.
57, 60 damage. 60
I
necrotic
could
damage.
take it, thankfully, but I couldn't take it again.
It chortles and then blasts 9. I mean, I say it chortles. It doesn't have a head. Its head cackles by chattering its teeth inside Nine's satchel, if that's where it is, which I think it is.
You shut the fuck up back there.
Why don't you just smash the skull?
It's gonna.
made out of amethyst or something.
I thought we were
I mean,
throwing it to the
Yeah,
other dimension.
you can still smash
If
it,
it's a
maybe.
crystalline
If
structure, it'll split very easily.
although magic things are moderately difficult to destroy just by smacking them.
I have 9 strength right now.
It hits you with an enervation ray. 9.
Does it?
It tries. Please roll me DC 16 con.
Strength's more than mine.
I mean, I beat it a lot. That's a 21.
All right, you take half of 8d8. Where am
See,
I?
Your handful of hit points.
I still have max plus snack time. And for everything that it's thrown at me, I am unhurt.
Just really debuffed.
I mean, that's what I get for relying on magic items.
Where did I put my dice?
There.
Yeah, I need d8s. I don't know what I think I used.
Well, see, if
This
you
ray
can't
last
find D8s, he can't damage you.
And I just gotta use D12s now, don't worry about it.
8, 14, 22, 33, 36. Half of 43, you take 21 necrotic damage.
Oof.
That's fine.
It's going to shoot its third ray at 9 also. And that is a slowing ray.
Pretty sure that Slair's feeling insulted about that. Clearly, it views him as no threat whatsoever.
He's like behind it.
It can't see.
It has all of its eyes aiming at 9.
That's true. It's looking at you guys on that side.
I just keep telling it to fuck itself, and I have 12 intimidation, so it believes me.
Please give me DC 16
9 gets restrained. just
dexterity
with both
when
hands.
you're done with that. 9.
Is he gonna be slower than not moving?
Let's.
Those other things.
It's halved on a failed save, and he can't take reactions. And
What was
loses
that
either
rolling?
dexterity.
Oh no. 10.
Your speed is halved for 1 minute. In addition, you cannot. Somebody saved. Halved. You cannot take reactions. You can take either action or bonus action, not both. At the end of each of your turns, you can repeat the saving throw.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And
I'm just telling him to fuck himself really slowly.
Yeah.
you were in the middle, and your words just kind of slur. You hear 6. Pimran, it's your turn.
It's still counting down. I don't know what to think about that.
But who's counting down?
It's a voice from above. It sounds like.
You see a light winking up in the sky.
When they're done talking to us, they just explode on their own. So
fair enough.
you know.
Swing with my sickle. That's an 18.
That will hit.
Every time.
Is that 3 18s in a row?
It was.
Nice.
22 for the second hit. So
Nice.
I'm tearing them together.
Yes.
7, 3, 10 total damage.
All right.
You need to stop with the ones that have been.
12 total damage this turn. There we go. I really do.
We don't need to sharpen that sickle of yours.
Every slash is slopping off bits of its rubbery flesh that go flying off, and this time they're not coming back. You're seeing the skeleton glowing underneath.
Oh, thank God.
I think we're getting him.
You do anything else, Pimran?
No, I'm just gonna stay flanking for Solaire.
Alright, Solaire's turn.
Distracting it with pokes and stabs.
10 plus 10 is 20.
That will hit.
Kick is.
No.
Yeah.
6 and 12, 14, 19, 22 altogether for that.
Nice.
And then a 29
That will hit.
and 2.
Alright.
A million damage.
You are seeing that Pimran's strikes are actually removing flesh. You redouble your efforts and you like carve out portions of meat and just kind of like flick them away with the end of your.
Pissed off that the thing's ignoring him.
Your rage is building. You hear 5, 9. You don't hear 9. 9. It's your turn.
It goes back to 9.
And we're down to, we only got to hit 5 more times.
I think I have to dash to get to it because I'm slow. So I do.
Is
that.
your speed reduced for wearing your armor already? I can't remember if
Oh,
we
yeah.
figured anything else about that last time.
It
It's,
is.
So your speed is like
it's like
7.
Minus for being too weak to carry it or something.
It's 7, but if I
That'll
dash,
teach him to have tail armor for no tail.
It balances you.
if I dash, I go 15.
You get 15 feet closer.
Slow motion running.
Maybe
Just take the sword and just throw the damn thing.
maybe using the tail armor lets you use an oversized sword because it balances out. You get like
Don't
gracefulness.
hit him,
Do you do anything else in addition to your dash?
I don't suppose 15 feet puts him in aura. 'Cause that's only
How
10
far
feet.
away did he put you? Was it 30 feet?
So whatever it says.
The
it is.
telekinetic? Yeah, it was 30 feet. So you're 5 feet before. So Pimran should be in the aura, right?
No, Pam had to get close to it to start slashing it.
So he's 5 feet away from it. You're now.
Move 15 feet up.
So you were 30 feet from it. You're now 15 feet from it. How far does your aura go?
10.
So.
So it's right
It
before
wouldn't
hitting
reach
him.
it. I think it would reach me, but it wouldn't reach it. No,
I-
no, you're right. It would be 5 feet away from me. Yeah. Think about the squares.
If he takes a step backwards.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Yep.
Hi,
Oh shit, your turn. The badgers are making you tea.
Oh, that's nice.
There aren't any badgers.
There aren't any badgers.
There's bad.
There's a lot of carbon monoxide down here.
There's badgers. They're right there in the picture.
Are there ostriches down there too?
Well, there's a badger now.
Okay.
There wasn't
And it's
though.
making you tea.
I summoned a badger to make me tea. I'm gonna try casting the fairy fire again.
All right.
The badger just
Assuming
came out
it's
of the
gonna do
mushrooms.
something.
It was there the whole time.
True.
All right. It makes a dexterity save, and I think it's Lear also.
24.
20.
That passed.
You feel a fizzle once more.
You'd be better off shooting again.
Do you do anything else, Asha?
Does it feel a little better this time since you rolled to save it instead of just?
Well, it felt worse this time because before you felt it take hold for a second, and then it felt like somebody was just like shrugging, like the magic away. This time, you'd felt like you were like throwing a water balloon at a brick wall, and it just kind of splattered instead of hitting the man on the other side of the brick wall. I don't know why you threw. When there's the metaphor doesn't make
I
sense.
like
I'm
it.
sorry.
I love that. That's great.
It's alright. I got a lot of spell slots. I can do this all day.
You do have a lot of spell slots. You are a druid. You hear 4. Its turn.
Do we all just see like a glitter bomb every time? It just has no
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with the numbers? Do you think?
it's going to blast Pimrin first. Why am I rolling a die? It's not attacking you.
We don't know.
It's the D10 I'm supposed to roll.
Still trying to get that crit on you.
It's going to try to charm you, Pimrin.
Oh boy.
Wisdom save, please.
I
EC
get
16.
advantage on those.
Yes.
What is my wisdom save bonus? There we go. 17.
You pass. It's going to try to blast 9.
I try to reflect it back, but it does nothing.
Your fish summoning powers cannot help you here, unfortunately. It's going to try to put you to sleep, 9. Oh, you didn't save at the end of your turn versus the slow, I don't think. DC 16 dex.
19.
Okay, I do love that you keep rolling dex to see if your slow ends.
Wait, what? Oh.
I know they just didn't want to add another line that's like roll Constitution or Strength or something, because heavens knows Strength is an overrepresented save in D&D 5e. So you are no longer slowed at the end of your turn, but you now need to make DC 16 Wisdom.
I got a 2, but that's plus 9. That's still not enough.
No, you spring into action and immediately fall asleep on the ground.
God, it's not time for a nap night.
Is his aura still in effect?
This is great
I
because
think
I
so.
had to kick you awake like 5 minutes ago. Like this happened to you, and you're like, this guy's falling asleep.
In fact, I'm gonna say that he falls 5 feet forward,
Yeah.
and the aura is now touching you.
Yeah.
Your aura doesn't like turn off if you fall unconscious, does it?
I'll find out.
Okay. It's then going to turn around, moving the field away. Pimrain, you feel strength run back into your bones, and you immediately rise
Yes,
up into the air to the exact flight level that you were before.
Whoa, now I'm out of the aura.
Oh no! You can choose to immediately turn it off when you feel the
it's
flame.
fine. That's perfect.
Do you?
I feel you might be. It goes away when it's unconscious.
You feel your boots get heavier, Solir, and any other magical items that you might have been wearing. It is going to try to blast you with a ray.
I feel so strong.
It's the same
I
one, so
should've been
reroll.
drinking this whole time. I had my chance.
It's going to try to disintegrate you. Can you please
Again?
make me a DC 16 dexterity save? You would think it would understand by now that
I've
that's
already done this once before.
pretty much useless against you.
16 plus 9 is
You
25.
pass. That's going to be its turn. You hear 3.
Oh boy.
Pimrin, it's your turn.
We need to kill this thing.
Shalala, and I'm gonna dash into attack with that.
Alright.
Yep, cool. This is much better for me. So that is like a 20 something to hit.
Okay. That will hit.
Second attack, natural 20.
Nice.
I can't bonus action attack this turn because I shillelagh this turn, but let's see. First attack is all this. Unfortunately, the natural 20 was not my first attack, which is much beefier.
I have to be conscious for the protection one, but I don't have to be conscious for the hate one.
I love it.
You hate
You're just
that
seething and,
That
and
is such a
hating
nine
in your
thing, though.
much?
sleep.
Yeah. Even in his sleep, he's hating. Okay.
5, 8, 13 on first attack.
We're having a sharpening class.
Second attack. 11. So a total of 24.
Okay.
Also, because I'm level 10, no one would. I have a third aura where you just can't be frightened.
Sweet.
That only works if I'm awake. But hate.
Hate is a
We've known you're a hateful bastard this whole time.
It passes through the
I'm
dreaming.
actually, sorry to interrupt. At the end of my turn,
Yes.
I'm gonna fly down. Oh, the protection aura is gone. I said I was gonna fly down to 9, but I'll just fly down and make sure that Slither still is flanking. Just make sure I'm not close.
Okay. Yes, you can certainly do that.
Could have woke me up.
I already used my action.
It's the only time you're quiet.
I already used all my action economy, actually.
That was Pimrin's turn. It is Salir's turn. Pimrin just
Well, that's a net 20. So
that will nice.
He gets a double sneak attack.
Most of this thing's flesh is now torn away.
Take advantage of every sneak attack while you can.
Quick, stab it in the head.
How does that work
You
again?
have
I
it.
haven't rolled in 20 in ages.
Double the dice.
Yes.
Roll the dice. Okay. Where's
Including your sneak attack dice.
Indeed.
that's 11 plus
Until
5
one
is
D&D.
16.
Until
Holy crap. 3 ones out of 11. Would you get out of the gutter, for God's sake? That's 13. 23. 35. 36 plus the 16 is 52.
Nice.
So there's that. Finally, the spotlight. Stab her right in the face.
Out a bonus action. for
And
one
another
damage.
20.
Oh my.
Which sadly doesn't get all the extras.
Right. Well, that's still pretty good.
Right. So it's another 7.
All right. The last one was just like adding insult to injury.
He's adding injury to injury.
There we go.
Injury to injury, yes indeed. That is correct.
All right. So, what just happened that resulted in you getting this masterful stroke against the enemy? What did that look like from Salir's perspective?
He saw 9 hit the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
He felt suddenly happier than he could ever remember. Has ever happened.
I think he just was pissed off at it and finally turned around and tried to do something and he shrugged that off and just whacked the shit out of it.
Nice. You just went to town on the closest eye, and it, like, see, it started using its
We just
own.
described every day of his life.
It started
Pretty
using the remainder of its rubbery flesh to like repair the eye as you were stabbing it to prevent it from dripping everywhere. You hear 2, but it's not enough to quench Salir's glory. Nine, you're asleep.
Yeah.
What do you
Wake up,
do?
You lazy son of a
How
bitch.
many siblings do you have, 9?
Apparently they're dropping like flies.
Okay.
The light in the sky is getting brighter.
We gotta hit it 2 more times.
We're about to be blasted.
Wake your ass up for God's sake, man.
If 9 can't do anything, it's Ashut's turn.
Why can't the mic pick up for it? We don't know. Alright,
We have no idea why the mic can't pick up first name. Could be that he's under the table.
I'm still vertical.
That's
That's
not how it
What's
works.
gonna go to your head? You're gonna pass out.
okay.
Method acting.
It'll be role
That
playing.
is commitment to your character.
Yes.
It's inspiring. I'm
He's-
gonna cast Fairy Fire again.
Alright.
Can I please?
Woo woo.
Didn't
No
you
one
just
will
say
ever
that?
use me.
14.
That fails.
It do be fairy fired.
Nice.
We burn through all
Himrian
the siblings.
also needs to make a save.
True.
Salir doesn't.
No?
No.
Don't think
Because it's looking at you.
No, that's right.
Oh yeah. That is a 15.
It's a DC 15. Does that pass?
So you pass.
Perfect.
I like the way that just slid.
It did. It did not roll.
Oh, hit me.
So if it was invisible, things can now see it, and things have advantage against it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alright.
It is glowing
Love
now.
of God.
The glow grows brighter, and how does your fairy fire look?
Glittery mushroom.
Is there, I don't think there's a way to mushroom flavor that.
There are mushrooms that glow in the dark.
I always assumed you just gave an RGB outline.
Are there mushrooms that glow in the light though?
I
Reflective
guess if
mushrooms?
they're buff enough.
Just really bright white mushrooms, they just reflect as much light as possible.
I can only choose blue, green, or violet.
RGV. No, sorry. V. I don't know how colors work.
I'll give it a violet tone.
Good
Oh, it's so
freaking
pretty
grief.
now.
It's
My brain just shorted.
Roy cheese.
Roy Okay. So that happens.
She's not shooting because she's down there having tea with the damn badger.
You hear?
Can't be bothered.
One.
Flicking things off.
Do you do anything else?
no.
Its turn.
crazy
See,
down
I
here.
think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sparkles,
bunker.
the sparkles were something to do with the numbers. They keep happening when the numbers get.
It really did not care for you stabbing it like that, Salir. It's gonna try to go to town on you.
Good for it. I'm sure you'll have fun with that.
Charm him, I dare you.
Petrification Ray. DC 16 Dexterity.
I can't help you with that one.
So long as these are dex, I don't foresee Salir having much issue with them.
This thing's retarded.
28.
That will pass. It's going to try again.
I'm literally unconscious. I can't dodge anything.
Enervation Ray. DC 16 Constitution.
Well, that might be more of a problem. Nat 20.
Alright, it tries again.
22 altogether.
Disintegration. DC 16 Dexterity.
18.
You just kind of don't get hit by any of these rays.
It's just a wobble back and forth.
Just parry.
It just bends the light around.
Your innocence, you have been warned! And I need everybody within 1 mile of of the boss to
The
make
badger
me.
hole goes very deep, and I'm running.
Watch out, Nine has woken up.
So like, what kind of save?
To make me a dexterity saving throw versus meteors raining from the heavens.
God.
I'm underground.
I'm asleep.
Asha has advantage.
Cool.
9
I can't.
fails.
27.
15.
Salir passes.
Unsurprised. Dodges 3 beams and then a meteor.
Salir is just Legolas.
Only had a shield.
Everyone's got to intercept one of them in the air.
Well, that's
Should have worn my hard hat today.
4d6 fire damage and 4d6 bludgeoning damage to everybody who failed.
Maybe about to have a fall.
There's things coming.
I get to it.
What? Where? What? Hold on. As I look up, just right.
That's a base of 13 fire damage,
Okay.
a base of 9 bludgeoning damage, or 24 base damage for those who failed, and 12 for those who
I
succeeded.
have 25 hit
I don't
points.
take anything from that.
Alright.
I have 1 hit point left. I survived. Okay, good.
Most of the meteors, like, home in on the target.
Great.
They home in on, the sleeping.
Is the
Nine.
badger okay?
I'm gonna say that being under the bunker, neither Ashit nor the Badger are gonna take in any damage from it.
Okay, cool.
However, you're blocked in by the meteors. So
You're
you'll
now
have,
suffocating.
there's a tiny bit of air.
It'll take you up.
How about the tea?
The tea is perfectly safe.
Oh, good.
Does
Nothing
the tea
fell
get
in it.
warmed up
Thank
a
you.
little bit? Just
The tea spills.
Are you
You hit
okay
Super
over there, Nine? Did you wake up from getting hit with meteors?
So I'm literally asleep and then. And I just kind of. Ow, what the fuck?
These are really tiny meteors, much smaller than the ones which fell before. You hear calibration complete!
I am just mildly annoyed.
And
so they went from sparkles to little meteors. I hate to see what the third one will be.
I don't know. What does calibration complete mean?
I don't know. I've never heard of calibration before.
So it's almost dead, I think.
so the enemy is just kind of buried under a giant molten pile of metal and stone. And all 4 of you feel a tremendous surge of power that emanates from the creature you were just fighting. It sinks into your bones and fills you with a feeling of tremendous power. Everybody gets the benefit of a short rest.
I feel like I can catch a much bigger fish now than I've ever caught before.
Is this our godhood like puberty?
Sort of?
So you may as well burn some hit
Did you
dice.
play Divinity 2 yet?
No. Why?
Hey, this is the plot.
This is also just like a basic thing that's suggested to happen in 4E. Like, just give your players rests in the middle of big battles because it's cool to do that sometimes, and I've always wanted to do it, and I just never have.
There. Listen up to Max.
Why don't I just burn a lot of hit dice? 'Cause
Burn all the hit dice you want. You.
I feel like I should just burn a ton of them. There we go. 86.
I may regret not rolling any more die, but I just can't see ways.
I always forget if the hit die get Constitution bonus.
Yeah.
Because I never have to roll
Yes.
Sure, now you wake up.
them. Yeah, because I get hit by meteors.
Oh, I just
Sky bonk. Ow.
I'm also
It's
gonna.
probably Ashit's fault.
Yeah.
I don't know where Ashit went, but I'm sure it's Ashit's fault.
I don't know why you assume that.
Yeah,
Have
no,
to
it's
do
great.
Because
I'm
you
just
keep
gonna
throwing
spend more
glitter
dice.
bombs every place. That
You
didn't
can't
work.
prove that was me.
No, I can't.
There we go.
But there's fucking glitter all over the ground now. Like being
Is the pile of molten metal and stuff glittery, like from very?
It is. The voice in the sky starts counting down from 60.
What a nerd.
Well,
You think it's dead in there?
He's not even good at, like, seconds, because it's 6 seconds times 60. Aliens are bad at math.
I'm not really sure.
I don't think I can stab it.
You're not in turn order at the moment.
Well,
I'll use Divine Sense and see if that lets me pick up if this god thing is still active.
You can divine sense.
That lets
What
me-
is the specific wording of that?
I detect, like, angels and devils and stuff.
it's like Fae, Fiend, Undead, like a few different like
Okay.
apparitions. Yeah, it's like a bunch of.
It's basically you.
All right. Well, you detect the presence of an aberration from the middle of the pile.
Keep killing.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't really read.
Get
it.
in there.
Get in where? It's covered in molten crap.
Get
Nobody is under the effect of any anti-magic at the
We
moment.
need Ashit to burrow into it. I think. Ashit, you're needed. Come here.
Can I burrow out?
Can I shoot
With your like dwarf hands.
Under it, maybe.
You
Yes.
said I have super balance.
Can you? Yes. Can you give me a strength roll with proficiency, please?
I mean, if Ash will make a tunnel into the middle of the thing, I'll go in there and kill the
14.
damn thing.
You're able to burrow out with a little bit of difficulty. The badger pledges to serve you for the rest of its life.
Awesome.
I detect
It's just the polite thing to do as a badger.
Celestials, fiends, or undead.
Oh, you detect-
My bad, then.
Okay.
I don't know. Demigods seem celestial to me. It doesn't mean it's
Well,
good.
you're also detecting an undead presence coming from inside.
Oh, great.
I can control those.
Here comes the death tyrant.
I'll kick its ass.
Look who's all ballsy now that it's buried underneath shit.
I do feel a lot stronger suddenly. I'm down to kick its ass and get in there.
I was before. I was literally getting blasted by everything I had and double slowed, and I was still like, I'm gonna check it. I don't need strength to fight.
It's not. It doesn't do much.
You ever get blasted by like 80 hit points of something and then realize later you have absorb elements prepared?
Oof.
Oops. Oh well. At least I'm healed now.
You literally used it last game.
I think I did. Yeah. Oops.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I learned that lay on hands
Where is
isn't
Asher?
magic, so I didn't care.
Ash, we need to get in the middle of this pile.
How? Tunnel?
How?
How should we need to
hot
cook
is the
Asher?
pile?
Like something that moves earth or
There's a lot of like glowing hot rock.
fucking something.
What's that number at,
No.
by the way?
That's a really good question. It's probably at like 50 by this point.
Okay.
I'm trying to carve my way in there with my sword.
Okay,
With
can
your
you?
sword.
You're. It's a magic sword, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we don't care about no molten rock. Please make me attack roll.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Okay. You're like, hey, that looks like a good crack. Good thing I have my pry bar. You just kind of shove it in, and then use your now magical again strongness, and just kind of heave on it, and a giant like spiderweb crack runs out, and you're able to like pry away a big slab of metal and rock that just kind of slides out, and you see the amethyst skeleton is like embedded in all the metal and rock surrounding it.
I stab it.
Yeah, I immediately just start beating on
I
this.
have 2
Okay.
attacks.
Yeah.
All right, can people attacking it please make me attack rolls?
Do I get like a turn here? Or
Everybody can.
Is it prone?
It is prone and restrained.
So we get advantage.
It is radiating anti-magic in a 10-foot field now that you pushed away
Okay.
That's fine.
the rock, but only if you're like. Only if you are standing like next to the part where it is exposed. If you can do something that just like penetrates through the rock directly to it, it will not be affected by anti-magic.
No, I'm just going.
And I'm painting a really very strange picture, but okay.
I picture it.
It is, and it is. You're gonna have advantage no matter what between fairy fire and it being just frozen into the rock.
Well, I got a 13 to hit because I'm
Well,
very weak.
That
suddenly.
won't hit.
Like mid swing, like.
I'm gonna
17
That will not hit.
start making magic sling bullets and firing those.
Okay,
and a 20.
that will hit.
Which would be neutral because it's prone and restrained, right?
Yes.
So there'll be 2 attacks separately, for like 20 something each.
Okay, those will both hit.
17.
That will not hit.
No, that was the damage.
Oh, okay.
We're hitting it at advantage.
You have advantage to hit it, yes.
So if I dig two beams of Eldritch Blast, that's advantage on both.
No.
The magic would
disadvantage.
fade before it could hit it because it is radiating 10 feet of anti-magic from it.
That's a real bummer. Because
It is
otherwise it would have been
it is
two
a
nat twenties.
gigantic.
No, you have disadvantage on ranged attacks versus prone. But it get canceled out because of the.
Okay, well then,
so
You
they'd
would be
normal
you would be
rolls.
rolling at neutral.
bummer. Well then they probably would have. They were both really low the first time.
I am sad we couldn't do double advantage
I'm
Eldritch
very
Blast.
sad as well.
It's not double, it's double crit.
25
Crits are
total
fun.
damage from my turn.
Okay, thank you.
Oh man, now I can't cast Zone of Truth on it.
A bit of attacking later, certainly before the voice is done, you can completely pulverize all of the bones that are showing. Ashe, would you be using anything that isn't magic to do attacks during this time?
No. Well, most of what I have requires concentration. I want to keep concentration on fairy fire.
Gotcha.
Splash some of your hot tea on it, it'll burn it.
Based on the amount of damage that you guys did within those first few seconds, say that you have about 10 seconds left if you want to just keep going until the entire body is pulverized. Would you like to do that?
And do Divine Sense again.
You detect the presence of undead, but no longer detect the presence of aberration.
What is the
There's still
Scully's
something in
fairy
it,
feel
get it?
about this?
Your fairy fire is still active
Aye, aye.
on something inside it.
So they would be more than happy to keep chopping each other.
Absolutely.
Make this thing as dead as dead.
Well, there's nothing more visible to attack unless you want to dig more into the metal and rock, and you have 10 seconds left.
Did we get all of the skeleton?
You got all of the skeleton that is visible, yes.
Man, I ain't
There's
afraid
like
of nothing.
there's a bit of it that's like protruding out because the bones are embedded in stone, but it's not glowing anymore.
I do. It ain't getting it.
Well, no, I was thinking maybe we might need to finish that off too.
I'm worried if we use the skull on it, we'll just put it in the skull and empower the skull, which is it.
What do you do with your last few seconds before the voice finishes counting down?
I'm not afraid of what it'll do to me.
Nothing seems to do much to me anyway.
I try to
What the hell?
elevate.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
There you go.
Are you just going straight up?
Well, the meteors explode when they hit the ground, so I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm just
Fight's
going.
down, fight's down here, Pim.
I'll be back.
I continue digging this motherfucker out.
We determined that I can maintain concentration as an animal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes?
I know I've done it
I-
in his game. I'm
okay.
pretty sure I've done it in yours.
If it worked in my game, it works.
I'm pretty sure that's a basic. Yes.
'Cause I don't let you get away with shit.
In order to maintain concentration, now do I need to stay within 60 feet of it? Or is that just to cast it?
That is a good question. I don't know the answer to. Fairy fire. In general, do you have?
I think you have to stay within 60 feet. I just like I'm gonna yeek some dust out there. And it's
Is
gonna be sparkly.
is it like just a general 5e thing that you can keep concentration on any spell no matter what? If you
Not
have
no matter-
concentration.
I mean, there are.
Well,
like,
I mean,
the
as far as range
general
goes.
is like you can just concentrate.
Okay.
And then there are the specific rules like barbarians just can't, or while they're raging, or stuff like the
Yes.
DM can just call for a concentration.
Yes, yes,
check
yes.
or-
So yes.
Alright, so I'm going to bird and fly like 100 feet away and sit in a tree.
Okay. Solir, are you doing anything?
Well, if he's still prying open bits of this damn thing, I'm just gonna keep stabbing him.
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself some temp HP.
Okay.
It's an action.
Just quickly.
Everybody sits it as a snack.
1d8
All right.
plus 5.
You see a giant field of fire coming down from you, towards you from the sky. Like this is this actually looks like what was sent that you saw last night. That was flying through the heavens. That left all these craters for like miles around.
Yeah, can I fly a little
You-
further?
In the last few seconds you have now, how fast can you fly?
I don't. You tell me.
Well,
I'm going to dodge at the end of my
As
Actually,
okay. So
I have a fly speed.
in the last few seconds, Ashit looks around and sees that the little meteors pocketed the ground and have little bits of smoke and steam coming up from like a mile away. Ashit is aware that Ashit cannot fly a mile in a few seconds.
I just hold my shield up to the sky. This literally works. I'm a shield expert. We're doing dex saves, right?
surprise strength save.
Yes.
Well, they're not surprises.
For dex saves, I'm gonna
We've been
do
doing
half or no damage. So.
I might get that.
+4 to everybody.
I don't have anything, unfortunately. Except for me, because I went to the class.
And she's
So
plus.
not too far.
So it's just
Probably
plus.
too far.
It's just +4 to me.
That's fine.
Yeah, and a more intelligent player.
That's a
would
lot
say
of
it's the
stuff.
for sure.
It's okay. I got a 22 dex save.
You need some more d6s.
I actually don't.
Okay.
12 and 9 is 21, plus 4 is 25.
All right, everybody. The two of you can do it at advantage.
Alright, I was already dodging, so it's perfect anyways.
Okay. Solir passes.
What am I doing at advantage?
Dex save, please.
19?
Great.
That
8.
doesn't pass. That doesn't pass.
Alright, well I tried.
And
I got a 22.
you passed.
I use my reaction to take no damage by interposing my shield between myself and the sword.
That's not gonna work here. I'm sorry to say.
I'm pretty sure it only works if it's a single target.
That might be true.
Good try though.
Should have stayed with the bed.
It's for like beans and stuff.
Yeah, you should have stayed with the badger.
I'm gonna give you some kind of benefit from it. I'm just gonna.
No, it
Count
doesn't say
damage.
it has to be single.
Oh, there's one of them that's similar to that. Maybe it's adding the shield to your dex or something for that.
Sure you did. You put
That being part of the same.
fairy fire on the damn thing.
No, I mean after
Oh, yeah,
coming
that's
up.
the one that gives me the +2,
Ah.
48,
but I can just do the other thing.
53,
So if it works for Solaire, it works
59.
for me.
Yeah, that's enough.
64,
20.
Still alive.
68,
You're good.
Don't
72, 75.
care. Bring it, you weak bitch.
I'm fine.
So that's 84 fire damage.
How many HP do you suppose the bird had?
So
This
that's,
is a lot, right?
One.
so that's 42 halves.
82.
So that's
Like a 1d4 minus 2 or something. Like,
How much did you say?
That was 84. He was hang on, he's not done.
oh my.
That doesn't leave me with a lot. dude.
17,
Yeah.
19, 20. That's a lot of ones.
I love you, baby.
22, 23, 24, 29, 33, 36, 40, 46, 51, 56, 62, 67.
151 altogether.
So So 67 additional.
84 fire and 67 bludgeoning was the base.
All right.
So,
Do I take any additional damage falling out of the tree
that's a very good question. How far up were you?
at the top?
D6 per 10.
I'm gonna say you take an additional
Probably 2d6.
4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
What's that halved?
What?
so I'm trying to figure out how this can possibly work that people can just completely, like, avoid.
Because me
The
and
meteor
Solaire
shower.
both have the. No, we're just good.
Yeah,
Like from the
there's
sky.
some
Cool.
silly.
We're also
saving
both
throws for
in the
sure.
pile. Maybe that helps.
Right.
Which would make it. Whoever's doing this is an idiot, which is usual.
Welcome to the
So,
tradition of
yes.
broken
I have a
mechanics.
badger that's my best friend. Can
This
he come
console.
out and drag me?
He's
into his
dead.
sword?
No, your badger died.
What?
Your badger is so dead. So the two of you survived
It's like-
because you like huddled in the hollow that you just made, and Nine's like, I got a shield, and he just like puts the shield up, and you guys got buried under this gigantic mass of
They very dexterously retreated into a cave and held up a shield.
Yes. and you got buried by this gigantic mountain of molten fire, stone, and metal.
That's fine.
If you took half the damage from that, it is
wait. Absorb elements.
75 is the half damage from it, if anybody needs that value.
It was 84, right? 84 and 67.
84 fire, 67 bludgeoning.
Okay.
What's that?
I should have cast 8
So that's
count
actually
the
so it's
last one with the shield
42. 67 is 109. I'm actually still out.
Nice.
Because of absorb elements.
That's fine.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
So, Do we get
that's
to
10 HP
use?
save me.
Do
You
we
get to use your features.
Neat.
Yes,
So
they
I
are
don't
your
take-
features.
I don't take any damage.
Neither do I.
You guys are completely fine, just buried.
Dick move.
In like
Under
the
a g-
final act of us about to die, we finally unified together and basically huddled together against God, and we're just okay. Eat shit. Space
I mean,
cannon.
Pimran flew up between the meteors and dodged them and came out of it with 5 HP
And
somehow.
then there's
So,
Tasha.
Yeah. Gosh, it's not.
Pimran
doing
is
as good.
considerably singed,
yes.
but he kind of like swam through the air
Yeah.
using his absorb elements to
See, if only you had
keep the
absorbed
heat from absolutely incinerating him.
Does absorb elements work on both the damages that you got hit by since it was one instance?
It's only, well, it wouldn't
Absorb
absorb
elements.
bludgeoning anyways, but it would absorb the
There's
fire.
nothing in the
No,
game
no,
that
is that
says it doesn't
feature
work
or
on
spell?
bludgeoning.
I'm pretty sure, yes, actually, it says specific damage types.
George, is that a feature or a spell?
A spell.
Is a spell?
Yeah.
Action.
It's a reaction. It when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage specifically.
What's
Yeah,
the thing?
it's
resistance
very,
to
very
What level
triggering
is it?
damage type.
It's
First
like-
level.
It is a very, very useful spell for like
Yeah, I
all
can have it.
spellcasters to have.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I could.
And after absorbing 42 points of fire damage, I get 1d6 on my next melee attack.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, Ashit, what happened
Meteors.
to you? So did like a meteor just smack you into the ground? Like one of the smallest, one of the first ones. You're like, oh, I gotta get out of here. And like if you'd stayed there, you would have been almost perfectly fine. But you went right into the path.
I
of
Yeah,
just
one of the
imagine-
meteors hit the bird and it instantly unbirded and then kept going.
You got debirded.
Feathers
I imagine
scattered.
a very far away
Negative
camera,
wise.
and you see the little bird go.
A technician sent that meteor specifically at you, thinking that you were doing the classic maneuver of teleport away from the party. So, the two of you pick yourselves back up.
We're good.
You look around at the smoldering field of stuff all around you,
Alright, let's get back to killing.
Yeah.
and you see a much larger mountain in front of you.
Pimran floats to the ground with like bits of his clothes like charred and on fire and stuff, just poking out.
You do not see Salir or Nine.
Well,
and she's dead.
Yeah.
Over there.
She's
Yeah,
unconscious
do
over
I
there.
see
Under
Asha
a
just
giant rock. So.
There is a rock. There is a meteor sitting on Asha. Asha is in fact taking continuous fire
I see
damage.
like 2 arms.
I will
Don't
fly down and just
don't say that,
cure wounds.
because then every 6 seconds she auto fails a death save and still has to roll death save.
Are you unconscious, Asha?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
If you cure wounds and I'm still under the meteor, that just seems
How far
It's a
away?
pretty small meteor.
She flew very far away. How fast can he fly? Is it as fast as birds?
That's.
That's a good question.
I
can
did just
fly
say that
pretty-
bird went almost no distance before being smote out of the
Yeah,
air
that
by
was
the
like 100
meteor.
feet away.
So
That's, I mean, if I
I'm gonna
dash,
say
I
that
can
the
see
like
it,
the
but I-
diagonal of the meteor carried you, so you're about 50 feet away from
That
Asha
was
to begin.
nice. Very fortunate. It's a kind
So you have
meteor.
one round of torture first, but
Okay,
then I
cool.
can get to you.
Sweet.
During that one round, you auto fail a death save.
And have to roll a death save.
Yeah.
Get a 1.
Wow.
You'll die.
He's just mean.
True.
Hang on.
There is a chance of that right now. Right here, right now.
I've never done this.
Can you turn yourself into a mushroom zombie?
I think this. No, that.
If a creature dies, we'll be ready. You
14.
die.
You pass.
Right.
That's a shame. I almost had to use my
Well,
resurrection
you,
spell.
you still took 1 failure.
I take a face.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why he was saying if you rolled a 1.
Oh yeah.
So Pimrin
drift.
reached Asha and cured wounds. Asha is conscious and
I'm
in searing,
incredibly
agonizing pain.
Thank you. My
Yeah,
hero.
great. You're up to 10 hit points.
That's better than no hit points.
So much fun and
can
shrooms.
you do something about
That depends. Am I still getting anti-magic?
Are they like inside the mountain, or are they making?
They are inside the mountain. They huddled up
Yeah,
right
for
against.
some reason he grabbed me and pulled me in 'cause I was just standing there watching the shit fall all around me.
Yeah.
Uncanny dodging.
You guys are like pressed up against the anti-magic field. You are within the 10 feet of the
They're
anti-magic
just
field.
like snuggling in there.
It's very warm in here. What do the two of you in the mountain do?
I can't pry the mountain off. But I try.
Can you give me an athletics roll, please?
I have a +7.
That's a good score.
I got a 25 with 9 strength.
You push. There's
Wait. That can't be right.
Okay, why is that?
Because I have a normal +8, but that's coming from a +4, and I was only minusing 1 because I have a -1, but I also have to minus the other 4, so
So it's a 21 instead of a 25?
maybe. It is an 18 plus at least 4 from proficiency.
You're at least at 22 plus
-1.
So you put your meaty dragon hands up to the meteoric residue in front of you. It hurts quite a lot unless you have fire resistance. Would you like to push through the pain and try to free yourself?
I feel no pain.
How big a dragon are you?
Green.
You'll take 6 fire damage, but you can push and you feel something give on the other side of you. You have considerably more room. There's enough room for one of you to not be... Yeah, one of you to not be in the aura. In
I'll
the little
keep
cavern.
Shoving, you keep stabbing.
After one cast
You
of
want
cure
me to
wounds,
stab
that was
this
Asha.
hot molten crap?
Ah shit, how are you doing?
My rapiers
I'm
that are
doing
normal.
great. I feel
Now all
There's a
that
meteor on your back.
skeleton
is
is
it
still
very,
alive.
very
Oh.
hot?
It is very, very
I
hot.
didn't realize it was still alive. Well then, yes, I'll keep just whacking the shit out of it.
You can keep whacking the shit out of it.
Am I taking damage from
You
the
are.
heat?
You take 5 damage.
Do
5
I-
fire damage,
do I need
Asha.
to roll for the whacking the shit out of it? or-
Yes, please. Please make me an attack roll.
He's
You
just digging in
Is it
through
still
the bones.
fairy? Well, no, it can't be fairy fired because she went unconscious, right?
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
But it is prone and buried.
He is prone and buried.
Because it's buried, he has to reach through the bones, so he's basically just carving out the insides of the bones to get
So
at
I'm
other
still at
bones.
advantage then because it's prone?
You are, yes. You're just basically chipping at dead rock at this point, as far as you can tell, though. That will hit.
I'm assuring him it's still there.
Okay. I just stab where you point.
Okay.
9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 17.
That is All right. Ah, shit. What do you do?
Should I like turn into some kind of burrowing insect long enough to
Yes.
burrow down?
You
before
could
it
just
burns
turn
me to
into
death?
something that isn't in the same location as the meteor.
Well,
Like right here.
You're standing
Like
on
imagine
the rock.
this is you. The meteor's over here.
uh-huh.
Just like stretch your arm out and like slurp your body into an ant over here that
Can
isn't
I do
underneath.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody would let you do that, but I'm not going to
No.
force
Well,
your
it doesn't
your
have to
global
be-
center position to be the same
It
because
doesn't
I
have
think
to
this
be
is
an
much
ant.
more
You
hilarious.
come across a locked door, you stick your pinky under the door.
Yes.
You become a
No.
bear.
That opens up a lot of possibilities.
It's not
that you
like
should not
it's
open
not
up.
mechanically
Ants
going to
just
give you
miss
much
that
more
thing.
of an advantage than just turning into an ant and walking
Why
under
can't
the
you
door to
Misty
begin
Step?
with.
Everybody else in this party did Misty Step.
I specifically took Misty Step because like so many other people would probably have it. It's like,
So I
"Oh,
reach out
can't be like
with
that."
my hand,
Yes.
I turn my hand into like a crab, and then my whole body just
Yes,
kind
it
of
slurps into the crab claw and like the little tip goes down to lock your body inside the crab.
That's beautiful.
meat.
There's literally
Oh,
no
no.
reason to
Where
not
did
do
Asha
that.
go?
Asha is now safe. It is true that eventually everything turns into
It
crabs.
is true.
Pimran, what are you doing?
I've seen Asha turn into a crab.
Yes, at least once, I believe.
I'll
Well,
still take the 5 damage from the heat of it initially.
You will.
Okay.
Before you turn into a
Red
crab.
I'm a very heat resistant crab, fortunately.
okay. I mean, I'm gonna give myself more temp HP.
Okay.
Ooh, that's 13.
What are the two of you inside the little...
I continue
Hide your
trying to unbury us while he continues making sure this skeleton is dust.
Okay. Can I get attack roll from Solir, and can I get another athletics roll from you?
25.
That will hit.
I don't know why I keep putting his way.
14.
This time you just punch a rock and it hurts.
13, 17.
You take no damage.
I saw it in a game once. It looked better than
26. 28 altogether.
Alright, you crack through like a plate of shaly stone, and you're suddenly staring into a gigantic eyeball that is
Sweet.
glowing
Motherfucker.
purple at you. Actually, one moment.
I told you it was in there somewhere.
I found it.
You're looking directly. You can feel like a resonance inside your own mind. You can feel with this new demigod power that has come over you the identity of the power that still remains in this eye, and you can see that you're staring directly into a sleep ray.
Yay. How many ways does that not bother me? Since I can't be magically put to sleep.
It immediately blasts you, and you just
It,
you're like, what did you expect?
This thing
It's-
does not learn.
it's like, aha! And you're like,
Yeah, uh-huh. So, behind you, 9, Solir has broken into this eye, which seems to be quivering and still
Yeah,
moving.
don't look. You already fell asleep once.
so did you.
No, I got paralyzed.
Those of you who are
also, oh, that would have been her. Don't worry about it. You all look the same.
those of you who are outside the mound can hear faint scraping coming from inside the mound. You can see nothing shift or change on the outside.
Well, oh shit, I know you're a crab right now, but do you think they're alive in there? I
You hear
some
muffled
scraping.
swearing.
Oh yeah, okay, that's something we know.
The voice starts booming again from the sky. It's giving a very
100.
Would you just let us take care
It's-
of this?
it's giving a very bombastic speech about how the universe is once more safe from the tyranny of the gods, and how
It's still
the,
fucking there.
the
It
age
didn't
of,
get me.
how the age of reason will continue for 1,000 more years.
You realize I've done more damage to this thing than you did, right?
and how freedom will never fade from even this pathetic little planet.
So you're not 9 siblings then?
The light disappears from the sky.
Okay, well,
I told you, eventually it just explodes when it's done talking.
well, you're inside a wall right now. I can't hear you. I don't know who I was just talking to, actually. Well, 9 siblings almost killed us.
He did say he used to live on a mountain. Must have been a really tall mountain.
It was. We know what aliens are.
They did not confirm that they were not, or they did not deny that they were.
Dragons breathe fire, right? They just breathe it from really high up. Well,
I breathe poison, and also scary, because of a feature I
I
can
mean,
just.
you could have been poisoned in this thing.
I don't think it would have done much. It's a skeleton.
so Lear, over the next 10 minutes or so, are you going to try to do anything else to this eye that you've uncovered, or are you going to try to dig any further in?
I'm just gonna keep stabbing the shit out of
Okay.
whatever I can find.
You can murder this eye. You can stab it until it just bleeds its jelly out and fills your little cavern like ankle deep. It doesn't make your ankles feel very good. It's a very strange feeling. After about 10 minutes of concerted effort, you guys can get out. You won't be able to find anything else within that 10 minutes of just hacking at metal and stone. But at the end of that 10 minutes, you'll have made a bit of progress deeper into the other side, and the 4 of you can come together again on the exit of the tunnel, and we'll end there for tonight.
Wait, I used Divine Sense again. Do we get it?
No,
No,
There's
there's
still
more, but I can't reach it yet.
there's still an undead presence in there, and you can detect an aberration presence again in there, even though it was absent for a short time.
I killed one eye though.
We're gonna
If
get
we
it.
just keep casting heat metal on it. It just burns
The
away.
metal's pretty
Make
heated.
an oven. It could be more on fire.
I'm pretty
It
sure
really
that's how
could
they
be.
cast the meteor.
Everything can always be more on fire.
That's true.
Do you turn the badger into a zombie? I should ask that
How
question.
much badger is left?
Not
Yeah,
much.
can I find the badger?
Probably not within the time that you can turn into
Several
a
pieces.
mushroom zombie.
Yeah, that has to be like my reaction when it dies immediately.
I mean, you could do that. You could have done that immediately. We can say it died, except you were a bird first, so you
I
couldn't.
like the idea. Asha's
Yeah.
flying along, gets hit by a meteor, is about to hit the ground, and sees the badger's like
Not on my watch.
right beneath where Asha is landing. Like, oh fuck.
The badger, as it made an oath to serve you until it died, and it fulfilled its oath.
Oh, no. Amazing.
It did not make an oath to serve you any longer than that.
But it's your fault it's dead. Otherwise it would have been dead in its burrow.
Its burrow's gone.